Wheezy Wonder reporting for duty. Careful, guys, he might explode if he walks up 2 stairs. He'd whistle the Jaws theme when I walked by. Called me Wheezy Wonder because of my asthma. He convinced my math teacher I'd copied a test when I hadn't even sat near anyone. I nearly got suspended. He'd shove my tray in the cafeteria, dump milk on my backpack, lock me in lockers. Once, he even snapped my inhaler in half just before gym. What? Can't breathe? Want me to call your mommy? The worst was senior year. I like this girl, Samantha. I wrote her a heartfelt letter. Tyler somehow got it, photocopied it, and plastered it across the school. Fat Kev has feelings. He thinks Samantha's gonna ride his asthma pump. The entire school laughed. Samantha didn't talk to me after that. Not until years later. But we'll get to that. Hi, my name's Kevin. I'm 35, a tech entrepreneur, best-selling author of From Nerd to Necessary, and host of the top podcast Face to Face. My company just launched its 3rd subsidiary, and we're hiring. Life's good now, but it wasn't always. Back in high school, I was the fat nerd. I wore thick glasses, had crooked teeth, and relied on an inhaler. My backpack was always heavier than everyone else's, maybe because it carried every textbook and every insult I'd collected over the years. I was the perfect target for people like Tyler Grant. Tyler made my life hell. Hey, Four Eyes, you going blind or your fat face just blocking your vision again? His friends would cackle while I ducked into the bathroom or tried to disappear into my hoodie. He once tripped me during a fire drill, and I fell face first onto the pavement while the whole school watched. I still have a scar near my eyebrow from the concrete. Another time, he replaced the contents of my locker with a trash can and labeled it Kev's Kingdom. He even took a photo of me eating alone one day, edited it with a pig filter, and printed out 200 copies that littered the hallway the next morning. The caption? Feeding time at the zoo. Wheezy Wonder reporting for duty. Careful, guys, he might explode if he walks up 2 stairs. He'd whistle the Jaws theme when I walked by. Called me Wheezy Wonder because of my asthma. He convinced my math teacher I'd copied a test when I hadn't even sat near anyone. I nearly got suspended. He'd shove my tray in the cafeteria, dump milk on my backpack, lock me in lockers. Once, he even snapped my inhaler in half just before gym. What? Can't breathe? Want me to call your mommy? The worst was senior year. I like this girl, Samantha. I wrote her a heartfelt letter. Tyler somehow got it, photocopied it, and plastered it across the school. Fat Kev has feelings. He thinks Samantha's gonna ride his asthma pump. The entire school laughed. Samantha didn't talk to me after that. Not until years later. But we'll get to that. After graduation, I left town, never looked back. I went to college across the country, studied computer science, failed, rebooted, learned, failed again. Eventually, I built a company from a dorm room that was worth 7 figures before I turned 30. Then came the books, then the podcast. I heard rumors about Tyler, how he bounced from job to job, worked construction, bartended, maybe had a stint in rehab. But nothing confirmed. That is, until one Tuesday morning when I was reviewing interview candidates and saw the name, Tyler Grant. He didn't know the company belonged to me. He arrived in a tight-fitting suit, clearly nervous. I met him with a smile. Good morning, have a seat. Kevin? Kevin Parker? Have we met? Oh, no, I must be mistaken. I pretended like I have never met him. Let the games begin. If a team member is having a panic attack in a supply closet, do you A, call for help, B, mock their asthma, or C, shove them inside and lock the door? Is that a real scenario? Just answer. A. Interesting. I guess you've matured. I slid his resume across the table. Leadership experience, high school football captain. You wrote this like it's still relevant. It shows character, right? Right. And how do you handle working under people smarter than you? I don't think intelligence should... You'll be working under a lot of very smart people. Just checking you're okay with not being the biggest fish in the pond. Yeah, I've grown up, man. I leaned in. I'm sure you have. Still snapping inhalers lately? Or are you more into workplace violence now? His face drained. Kevin, I do remember you now. Look, man. Interview's over. You can see yourself out. The door's not locked, unlike my locker. Remember locker 204? He stood in silence and left. Later that week, I started receiving threat emails, untraceable. Stuff like, "You'll pay for humiliating me," and "You think you're better now?" I ignored them, changed my locks. Life moved on. I didn't hear from Tyler for 2 full years. Then I got a call from an old friend years later. "Dude, did you see this? Tyler Grant's writing books now? Some redemption garbage about changing your life through failure?" Turns out Tyler had begun writing a memoir. Worse, his PR team reached out to Face, asking for a podcast appearance. He didn't realize the show was mine. I said yes. He walked into the studio with false confidence. "Tyler Grant, welcome. Big fan of storms. Let's talk." "Kevin, you host this?" "Sure do. You ready?" We were live to 2.4 million subscribers. Midway, I reached under the desk and pulled out my high school yearbook. "This you? Captain of the football team. Look what someone wrote under your photo. To the guy who made life miserable for nerds everywhere. You're a legend, bro." "Yeah, high school was wild. You broke my inhaler, put glue on my seat, read my love letter to the whole school. That wasn't just wild, Tyler. That was assault." "I didn't know it affected you like that." "Millions of us carry your kind of trauma, but thanks for the book. I'll use it to line my dog's crate." Tyler Grant. Was the bully trended in under 5 minutes? He stormed out. Again. That night, I was home alone. I'd just finished editing the podcast episode, the one where Tyler humiliated himself on a live stream watched by millions. I leaned back in my chair, closed my eyes, and let the moment sink in. Then I heard it. A loud bang. Then the front door slammed open. Heavy boots thudded across my hardwood floor. My stomach dropped. "Kevin, you think this is funny? You ruined my life again." I stood from my chair, heart pounding. He was in my living room now. Face flushed, veins bulging, fists clenched. "You set me up, you piece of shit. First the interview, now the podcast. You did that all by yourself, Tyler." He lunged, swinging wildly. I ducked. Years of boxing classes weren't for nothing. I shoved him back hard. He came again. This time, I caught him, square in the cheek with a clean jab. He stumbled, face twisted with rage, blood trickling from his eye. "You think you're strong now? Huh? Nerd got muscle?" He staggered toward the door. For a second, I thought it was over. Then he sprinted to his car. That's when I knew this wasn't over. I grabbed my phone and hit the panic button, direct line to the cops. My security system lit up like Christmas. Seconds later, he was back, this time gripping a gleaming kitchen knife. "Let's see how tough you are when I carve that smug face off." "Tyler, this isn't high school anymore." He charged. I backed up slowly, eyes locked on the knife, keeping the couch between us. He swung. It missed by inches, slicing a pillow clean open. I grabbed a floor lamp and shoved it toward him. He tripped over the cord, crashed into the coffee table, knocking over picture frames and a ceramic bowl. "You're done, Tyler. I've already called the cops." His face twisted with panic. "I should have finished you back in school. Should have shut you up for good." Sirens. Blue and red lights flashed through the window. No. He bolted out the back, knife still in hand. I followed to the back patio, just in time to see the police flood the backyard. "Drop the weapon. Hands in the air." "Ah! Get it off me!" He threw a punch at one of them. Wild and stupid. They released the K9. The German Shepherd tore across the lawn like a missile, lunging and locking its jaws on Tyler's thigh. "Ah! Get it off me!" He collapsed to the ground, pinned, flailing helplessly as officers wrestled him down. They recovered the knife, cuffed him, and read his rights as he lay there, panting, bleeding, and no longer a threat. "He ruined everything. He ruined me." I stood at the doorway. No fear, no pity, just quiet satisfaction. In court, he was formally charged with carrying a deadly weapon with the intent to kill a journalist. Several witnesses came forward to testify against him, including Samantha, his own girlfriend. Then Samantha stood.
"Your Honor, Tyler Grant abused me for years, hit me, threatened me. I stayed quiet because I was scared, but I'm done now. I broke up with him after I saw how pathetic he looked on that podcast."
He was sentenced. In prison, He didn't do well. He tried bullying a smaller inmate. Bad idea. Yo, this the dude who cried on a podcast? You picked on kids with asthma? Try that in here. Say it. Say, I'm the biggest loser in cell block C. I'm the biggest loser. Louder. He screamed it. I visited him once, just to finish it. He was bruised, bitter. Hey Tyler, want to do another interview? A prison special? Get the hell out. Still not good with rejection, huh? Take care, champ. Now I sit in my studio again. Hey folks, thanks for watching Face to Face. If you enjoyed seeing poetic justice delivered with a side of sarcasm, hit that like button, subscribe, and don't bully nerds, because one day they might own your job, your microphone, and your punchline. See you next time. Thanks for watching.